Hello. Have you been trying to learn Dreamweaver and banging your head against the wall, looking at all these online YouTube videos and going, how do I create a website? How do I create div tags? How do I link my files? How do I publish it? Well, I've been teaching web design development since 1982. I have a training studio in New York City. Successful businesses come to me to learn how to do it the right way. I've been teaching Adobe products since 1987. 25 years. My think, learn, earn method will get you up and running Dreamweaver in no time. Let me talk to you. Let me share with you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we have a Dreamweaver document. Now, my objective here is to teach you how to use the Dreamweaver interface and not to write code. If you want to spend time learning how to write code, this is not the course for you. My course teaches you how to build professional sites using Dreamweaver to make money with your site development. So if you want to write code, Dreamweaver does it for you. There's a lot of videos out there that will show you how to write code from scratch. That's not what this course is about. This course is to teach you how to build a fluid, responsive web design that's going to work on all devices, iPad, iPhone, Android, flexible design. I'm going to share with you my time-tested techniques of how to build a site the correct way, search engine friendly way. So let's get started. Okay, now, so we're on the same page here. I'm working in classic mode. Classic mode, the only palette I have here is my CSS palette. Now, the biggest obstacle for most people when creating a website is to create what's called div tags. Div tags. Div tags are simply division tags. Here's how it works. I'm going to make this so simple for you. It's frighteningly simple. Now, before we start here, I just want to put some basic content on my page. So I'm going to type in the name of my div tags. Again, div tags are simply sorry about that. I got a little flustered talking to you. So div tags are simply the division of the site. It's where I set my different sections, contact forms, navigation section, main content section. So let me break this down for you very, very simply. So I'm going to type in the name of my div tag IDs. Now, div is an HTML tag, just like body tag, H1 tag. So we're going to type in a div tag called branding, branding. Spacebar. So this is going to be my ID for that particular div tag. Branding is going to be followed by site navs. I'm going to type in SITENAV. Spacebar. If you follow these exact techniques, you'll be able to accomplish this very simply, very easily. Okay. This is going to be followed by main content. Now, notice that I'm capitalizing the second word of this. This is called camel casing. It's not necessary, but it's important to understand that you can put spaces in the names of your tags here. So I want this to say main content, so I can visually see that it's a main content. Okay, so branding tag is going to be followed by site nav, which is going to be followed by footer. Okay, make a change, save a change. Good habit to get into. Now, very important step here before we go forward. These tags, these are going to be my branding tag, my site nav, main content, footer. These tags need to go inside the wrapper tag. It's going to wrap the entire content. Again, these are simply div tags with IDs. These are all going to be div tags with IDs. We're going to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 div tags and give them IDs so I can identify them. So we're going to select the body tag, bottom left-hand corner. Select the tag. You're going to hear me say this a lot. Select the tag, make a rule. Select the tag, make a rule. Select the tag, make a rule. We're going to select this tag. We're going to come up here to the Layout tab and click right here. What does it say? Insert div tag. We're going to call this div tag wrapper, W-R-A-P-P-E-R. As in GIF wrapper, not as in yo-yo. Okay. Now, if you put your cursor here and look at the bottom left, you'll see that this content is inside the wrapper div. That's true. That's where we want it to be. Now, branding, double-click branding. Now, if you look at my videos, I'm here to teach you correct technique. Simple, simple, simple. If you can use a mouse and copy and paste, you can create a very expensive website. I will show you how to do it. I will share my private techniques with you. We're going to stay away from code, some simple techniques that creates very sophisticated websites. So we're going to double click branding. Copy that, Command C, Control C, Windows. I'm going to come up here to insert div tag, and by default it's going to say wraparound selection. We're going to paste that, copy, paste. How simple is that? Now I have a div tag called branding. It's a div tag with an ID called branding. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for site nav. Double click, copy, come up here, and insert div tag, paste. So this is going to be the div tag's ID, the div tag's name, so I can talk to them separately. Double click, main content, copy, Command C, Macintosh, Control C, Windows. Come up here and say paste. Insert div tag, paste. Okay. Last one is footer. Double click, copy, come up here, and paste. Now, these are your basic bread and butter names. Now, div tag IDs can be called anything you want to call them. If you want to call it the monkey div tag or the Al Pacino goes to the movies div tag, those are simply ID names, but they're all simply div tags. Now, before we go further here, I just want to share a concept with you. I want to create a rule for my body tag rule. How do I do that? I select the tag. In order to affect the tag, I need to select the tag. So I select the tag, come over here to my rule, CSS styles here. It's under the window menu. Okay? Put cursor right here. What does it say? It says insert CSS rule. It says new CSS rule. We're going to create a rule for the body tag under category of tag. It says body. Select the tag, make a rule. Select the tag, make a rule. We're going to create a rule for the body tag. What does it say? Rule definition for body. We're going to give this a font family. Now what this means, if the person doesn't have this typeface on their computer, it's going to default to this typeface. So we're going to make this body copy 16 pixels. We're not going to make it black because it defaults to black. Okay, so there's the rule for body. Now I want to create a rule for branding. Now before I do that, let's create a rule for wrapper. Wrapper wraps the entire site. So how do I do that? I select the tag. In order to affect the tag, I need to select the tag. I'm going to select the wrapper tag. I'm going to come over here and make a rule, exact vocabulary, because without rules, we have chaos. If you don't have rules for your tags, the browser is going to interpret what that rule is supposed to be. Therefore, your rule is going to look different on every single page. We don't want that to happen, nor does your client want that to happen. So we make this wrapper based on these categories, based on these choices. We're going to go to the category called box. And we're going to set this to be 900 pixels wide by 650 pixels tall. Now, this happens to fit inside of a 13-inch monitor. You can make it any size you want to make it. We're going to basically align this to the center, automatically right. Align this to the left, automatically left. We're going to go to the category border, and we're going to put a solid 1 pixel border. Okay, so now you'll see that this wrapper is in the center of my web page. It's in the center of my web page. So now we can create rules for branding. So how do I do that? In order to affect the tag, I need to select the tag. This is my tag selector. Select the tag over here, make a rule. Make a rule for the selected tag. Now, important step here. I don't want the rule to be written to say wrapper branding, wrapper site nav, wrapper main content. I can be less specific. So I can just say branding. Now, it puts the pound symbol here because it knows it's an ID tag. HTML tags are simply written by themselves. This is an ID tag. How do I know that? Because it has a pound symbol before the name. Okay. Now, important step here. We're going to go to the category called box. Now, we're not going to set the width Because the width is defaulted to the wrapper tag. We're going to set the height. The height's going to be 150 pixels high. Now, watch what happens here. If I hit the 150 pixel high, this branding tag is now 150 pixels high. But here's a problem here. I don't want my body copy, my text smashing up against the branding tag. So based on these choices, I'm going to put in 10 pixels of padding. Now pay close attention to this. If I hit the apply option, this is no longer 150 pixels. This is 150 pixels plus 10 on the top and 10 at the bottom. So it's now 170 pixels. Well, guess what? I don't want it to be 170 pixels. I want it to be 150 pixels. So watch this. Dreamweaver will do math for you. If you slept through fourth grade math class, Dreamweaver will do the math for you. So we can simply say 150 minus 20, literally that, minus 20. So if we get the apply option, this is now 150 pixels. It's 130 plus 10 on the top and 10 on the bottom. How cool is that? Now, just because we can, so you can visually see this, we're going to go to the background category, and we're going to give our branding tag a background. Maybe this disgusting green color. Okay, make a change, save a change. Okay, now, again, don't confuse the tags with the rules. These are the tags over here to the left. These are the rules for the tag. How do I create a rule? I create a rule by selecting the tag. I put my cursor here, select the tag, make a rule. Select the tag, make a rule. Okay, so we make this less specific. We're going to go here, and we're going to say box is going to be 150 pixels wide. The site nav is going to be 150 pixels wide. Now, for the height, let's think about this very intelligently. The height of the site was 650, so we can say the height of the wrapper tag is 650 minus what? Minus the branding tag leaves us this. Plus, we want to put a 25 pixel high footer, so minus 25. Simple, simple, simple. Okay? Now, if I hit the apply option, watch what happens. Other div tags can't fit here because based on these choices, the box category for site nav has to float to the left. By floating to the left, the content goes to its right. So now the content goes to the right. So we want to put in 10 pixels of padding. So if I put in 10 pixels of padding, this is going to increase the width and increase the height. I don't want to increase the width and increase the height. So what do I do to the width? I minus left and right is 10 and 10 is 20. Minus 20. What do I do to the height? Height is top and bottom. Top and bottom, 10 and 10 minus 20. So there you go. The apply option. Again, visually, just because we can, let's just give this some kind of background. Let's give this maybe orange background. Now pay no attention to the design here. This is a conceptual understanding of how to build a site with div tags. Okay, so there's site nav. Now let's do main content. In order to affect the tag, we need to select the tag. In order to affect the tag, we need to select the tag. I select the tag, come over here to new CSS rule, and it's the same exact thing. Less specific, category box width. Let's think about this. The box width, the width of the site is 900 pixels. So I can simply say 900 minus what? Minus the site nav, which is 150. The height is going to be the height of the site, which is 650, minus what? Minus 150, which is my branding tag, minus the footer, which is going to be 25 pixels. So we want to put here, let's say just because we can, we're going to put in 30 pixels of padding. So what do I have to do to this number? Left and right have to do with width. Minus 60. Same thing for the height. Minus 60. You can't put a 10-foot table in a 9-foot room. Either the room gets bigger or we saw off part of the table. So it's basic math deductive thinking. It's really, really, guys, this simple. It's this simple because I, based on my experience of doing this for so long, I'm making it simple. So that's why my course is very different than anybody else's course. I teach you simple techniques of how to squeeze the sponge on the software. how to think Dreamweaver. Get to think the way Dreamweaver works. Get to think how Illustrator works. I teach every Adobe product using the same tested method. So this is going to flow to the left. Okay, so just because I can, let's make this a background color. Let's just make this light gray, just so I can visually see that. So there's main content. So I scroll down here, here's footer. So I select the tag, make a rule. Select the tag, make a rule. In order to affect the tag, I need to select the tag. So now footer is going to be a little different here. So let's think about something here. Footer is going to be 9 pixels. Now I want the height of footer to be 25 pixels high, but I want the type to vertically be in the center. I don't want to put padding here. I just want to vertically be in the center. So here's a great production technique. Rather than make the box height 25 pixels high, we're going to make the line height 25 pixels high. What that's going to do for us, guys, is that's going to put the type vertically top and bottom in the center. We're going to make our type for the footer box be white type, and we want to make the background black. Now, something we haven't done yet. We want to horizontally align the text inside the div tag. Horizontally, left and right. That's under category block. Based on these choices, once you're in the dialog box, I get you to think the way the software thinks. Don't be intimidated by the software. Let the software work for you instead of the software working you. I get you to think the way the software thinks. Based on these choices, category block, based on these choices, what do I want to do? I want to align the text. Based on these choices, text alignment, center. Now, very important step here. If I hit the apply option right now, footer needs to go at the bottom here. Okay. Now, the problem is footer needs to clear. Footer, if you publish this inside of a browser window, footer needs to clear the float. It needs to clear this float, which is the left float, and the site nav. The site nav is the left float. Main content is the left float. So based on these choices, footer div tag needs to clear left. So taking my time showing you how to do this. There's our simple, user-friendly, SEO-friendly div tag layout with div tags, with CSS rules. It's search engine friendly. It's also set up to be a flexible design. So in subsequent training videos, I will share with you how to do a very complex website with drop-down menus and rounded corners and drop shadow, and to take that same design and convert that design to iPad, and iPhone, or Android. So sign up for my training. My training is superior, and I hope I demonstrated how simple and enjoyable I make learning Dreamweaver. Notice we didn't touch any code. We simply clicked, copy, pasted, named the div tags, created rules. In order to affect them, I need to select them. So my name is Robert. Appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.